Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. How are you?
See, he's set up like a pro too.
Hey, we are some professional motherfuckers right now. Look at this shit.
And look at Gallows.
Microphones.
Yeah, Gallows is usually professional.
I'm just football practice right now. Brothered the fuck out.
Nice.
Is Rock coming in or is it just us? It's just us.
I think it's just us, yeah.
This is us, man.
Good.
We got the gang. We got the gangs all here.
Let's do it.
Appreciate you guys taking time. I know you guys have been busy as hell.
Been a whirlwind, brother.
Yeah, I'm trying to promote this. It's been busy as shit, but busy's good, especially after not being, well, we were busy, but just busy at home. So
yeah, no, we're all kind of doing the same thing. And, now that we're all here, I'll get this thing going. Y'all are listening to A Couple In. I'm Cody Jinks, and we got Josh Thompson. We have Bobby Keith Kilgore. We have Seth Noseworthy on the board, engineering all the way from Nashville. And our two very special guests, and as of recently, it's the good brothers.
good brothers.
Yeah. It's the good brothers. Okay. Because this is so exciting because we have so many new things happening on. We have Doc Gallows and we have Karl Anderson. Welcome to the show, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us, good brother. Podcast.
Yeah. The last time we saw you, I think we were really, really in the infancy of this insanity of being stuck at home and quarantine.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't that around the beginning of it?
It was early when we did the talk and shop with them for sure. And we were all complaining then. And now look
I've
at us.
completely fucking lost my mind now.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
It's a new level.
I'm not the same. I'm not even the same human as I was when we came into quarantine.
No, I'm not either. It's like when we come out of this, I'm going to be like, I'm not comparing this at all to people who have served time, but it's like you come out of jail a different dude. You know, it's like
this
I feel like I'm
clearly different, but same.
Yeah. Oh man, but you guys have had such a weird. Everybody's had a weird year. This year's just been weird, fucking weird. But you guys have had a really, really weird year. The last time I saw y'all in person, me and Josh and Bobby Keith were there. We were down in Houston. We had my son.
Yeah.
And that was at the Rumble, right?
Yeah. We were.
That's the Royal Rumble?
I don't know if it was or not. You know how it is. They all run together, but it was definitely, we were in Texas, and I think you had come off the road, and then we all kind of met up.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that was, that was kind of toward the end of us all getting to perform in front of a live audience. I missed that.
We had one more month of it. Yeah, that was the end of January, and after our tour in February, we were done.
That was after, and that was a huge, massive crowd too, right there. Yeah. Wasn't that at Minute Maid? Yeah. That was at Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, Minute Maid. I think there's 40,000.
One of the last big ones we got to do, man. It's and who knows when we get to do it again. I hope sooner rather than later, but I don't know.
it's feeling like a whole lot later.
Yeah. It is now with us as well. And I was listening to one of the industry dudes, and we'll get into more of how similar you guys are to us, or we are to you guys, just coming up through the ranks and paying dues and all that kind of stuff. We'll touch on that stuff too. But I was listening to a big guy the other day in the business, and he said it may be 2022 before we're able to play shows again.
Oh,
good Lord!
I guess that's true. I mean, you got to look at it and think like it makes sense, right? Because I remember in March when we got shut down or whatever, and then somebody was like, "Hey, we'll be back open again in July," and I'm thinking like, "Damn, it's a long time away," and now it's July, and it's not even thinking about slowing down before they're able to be concerts and all that stuff, man. It's going to have to be a huge, huge, huge breakthrough of science before the world opens all the way back up again.
We're, my son goes to this private school in Georgia. The public schools aren't even going to open for another 2 weeks. They're supposed to open Monday, right? And then we got an email today saying, well, here's the plan if we have to shut it down as soon as we open. And I'm going, well, then what the fuck are we opening for? Like, what's the point? And then for 2 weeks, clean everything, all this bullshit. I don't know.
You're kind of seeing baseball go through that right now, too.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did we just open?
Shit. It makes sense, though, because like I was telling my dad about the baseball thing because he's a big baseball fan. And it's like, I mean, these, they're still playing in stadiums, right? And the guys are still going home to their families, and then they're coming back to the stadium, and then they got to get on the plane and fly, and then they go to a hotel. There's just such a chance for infection with this insanity that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Well, and if we can go back to the Royal Rumble real quick. You remember navigating how to get out of there, Doc? And, we're trying to get out, and then we get to that gate, and the lady's like, you're not coming in.
Horrible to us. Fuck. She didn't believe any of us or anybody that deserved to be back there. She wanted credentials. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and Doc just was like, "Yeah, I'm going anyway." It's just like, "Fuck it, dude!" Like,
listen, look at how.
I don't remember that. What happened?
You're already on the bus. It was just me, Cody, Josh, and Doc. We tried to walk. We're trying to get out of there and come out, and all these fans are cheering. I was like, "Look, this person wants a picture. He's somebody. Let him through." And then Josh just walks away.
Well, see, I decided to do the tactic, like if we split up, who do they go chase? So I decided to keep going down the road and maybe
like ding dong ditch. I want to run that way, you run that way, and they won't catch us.
It's really weird with those the WWE backstage, right? Like there's, it's the building security people, right? And like, are they really security people? I mean, or unless they were police officers, I don't think there was actually cops there though. Was it?
Guys, no. When we would drive a rental car, a lot of times we'd pull up and like these poor motherfuckers, they didn't even realize there was an event going on. They didn't know why they came to work. Like, we're wrestlers for WWE. We're here to, wrestle. And they're like, oh, I don't know where that's at. Is that what's going on today? And I'm like, you fucking work here. How do you not know that's what's going on? Giant marquee out front.
Yeah, I remember we pulled in once, and the guy was like, "Was it easy getting in?" I go, "Yeah, but you should tell the security guard letting us in that there's a fucking wrestling show here." Like he was just letting people in the parking lot. He had no clue.
Yeah. I had an incident one night. We were in Philadelphia, which is I love Philadelphia because I tell them I'm a Cowboys fan, and just you talk about insta boo. It's just the most incredible thing. And, the city of brotherly shove. And, but I really do. I love Philly. But we were playing this club, and I never wear credentials. And my tour manager always has to tell during the security meetings, like, all right, Jinks, short guy, big long beard, lots of tattoos, cowboy hat, never wears credentials. He's not going to. He's friendly. He'll say, "Hi, I'm Cody. I don't wear credentials." That's him. So I went outside to smoke a cigarette or something at the backstage door in this show in Philly, and didn't have any credentials. Naturally, tried to go back in. I just walked past these two guys. I tried to go back in, and they're like, "Got your credentials?" I was like, "No, I just walked out to smoke a cigarette. I'm Cody. I'm that guy right there that's my name on the marquee." And he's like, "If you don't have any credentials, you ain't getting in. I don't care who you are." And I was like, "No, I'm that guy. Like that's me right there. I'm that guy."
That's why they're having.
I said, "We're literally like going on in 2 minutes. I need to get in there." He goes, "In there? Not in there. You ain't getting in there." And I was like, "All right, dude, I'm down to my last resort." I had to pull my ID out. I was like, "My name is Cody Jinks. That is me. I need to go in there and play, or you're going to have to explain to your fucking boss why the asshole singer's not on stage."
Fuck, that makes so much sense. It's the same exact thing we deal with, man. Unbelievable. We met Bobby. We meet Bobby Keith in backstage a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
Me and Cody came there. I think it's July 1st. Me and Cody flew home, and we met y'all. Y'all brought us into catering. That was the first time we met y'all in person.
You remember Karl? When I big leagued the Undertaker.
Yeah, that's when Cody big leagued Undertaker, the dead man. Just jobbed the dead man out in his own backyard.
Oh man, that was so fun, man.
We've been working. We just did TV tapings in this Impact pay-per-view at Skyway Studios in Nashville. Josh is familiar. You guys ever do anything at Skyway?
I think they did a showcase there.
We did a showcase.
Is that where we did our
there.
showcase? Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely. That's what I was just going to bring up. I was like, let's talk about Impact, man. Let's, what were you doing?
Man, we had to wait for our 90-day no compete to expire. We announced at midnight, the day of the pay-per-view, that we had signed with Impact and we'd be at Slammiversary. And there were some other guys that had come from WWE too, but we got a lot of really us, not being a dick, but we got a lot of press on that thing, and it was like their highest trending tweet in history and all this. They had a big, massive buy rate for Slammiversary, so we couldn't have been happier about all that. And man, it's a good fit for us. They're instead of scripting us, which we're terrible when we're scripted, in my opinion, we're better off as ourselves. They're letting us do our thing. They're promoting our podcast. They're promoting this pay-per-view that we're doing. All kinds of great stuff where we can co-brand each other instead of just kind of telling us what to do. We're going to wear the Impact hat. They're going to wear kind of the Good Brothers Talking Shop hats. It's an awesome fit, man. It was a good week of TVs. And every Tuesday night, 8 p.m., Access TV. You can see us here in the United States. It's on Fight in Canada and available on Twitch all over the world. So check out Impact Wrestling. Don't sleep on it.
It's fun too because we're going to be in Nashville now a lot, which, when Nashville opens back, well, I mean, Nashville's still kind of open, I guess, right?
I mean, I went down to Broadway and there were like 2 or 3 bars open. And I had myself a good little time a couple of the nights.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's stuff there, but like, we have fun anywhere anyway, but it'll be fun to be in Nashville as often as we are. We go back again, we go back again in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
I guess the drive's not too bad for y'all to head up there.
I fly. It's
yeah, in Florida. Yeah, you're in Florida.
Yeah.
I'd rather drive. It's 4 hours for me, and it's just easy.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. So, this year that you guys have had, for those that are maybe new to you guys, I mean, you guys have had a career in wrestling for a long time, but, most recently WWE. And in fact, it was just basically a year ago. I mean, you guys signed a multi-million-dollar contract with WWE. And then Corona hits, and then y'all were part of the group that was furloughed or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
We definitely weren't furloughed. We were fired. Canned. Fucking.
I was trying to be nice. You guys can say fucking canned.
Yeah.
Because how many guys have been in the main event of WrestleMania and then fucking jobless 11 days later? We'll never be forgotten as long as we live for this.
We were fired very publicly.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
It's
How do you really feel, Karl? How do you really feel?
Well, fuck, man. Like I understand when you're when you're out there and you're a celebrity, and right, and you're in front of people and you're on television or you've got fans. Everyone knows your business. They know when you re-sign. They know how much money you sign for. Sometimes they know how much money you make here and there. But for some man, and I know that when guys get canned, or fired or released or whatever, I understand that even in baseball, or wherever you're at, I understand it, right? I just started getting messages from neighbors and friends that I haven't spoke to in years. And man, I'm so sorry to hear it. Are you okay? You going to be okay? And I'm going, am I going to be okay about what? How the fuck do you know? What? And then I started going, oh, what's going on here? And then I realized that they got to put a statement out. Of course they do. But for some reason, that got me so hot. And it shouldn't. But it just made me so mad.
No, you have every right to be mad, because I would if I was in your same situation, and I'm definitely that type of guy. It's like, motherfucker, tell me before everybody knows.
They told me, and then everybody knew about 5 seconds later, and I just for some reason it just fucking it just ate me up, man. So I'm thinking, and everyone's looking at me like, "Oh, you little jobless prick," and it shouldn't make me hot, because I understand when you're out there, man, you're out there. It's okay, but for some reason that really pissed me off.
I'm a jobless prick right now. I can't do anything.
We're not right now, but we haven't been paid yet, so I still feel like a jobless prick. Our WWE pay stopped, and the Impact pay hasn't came yet. So I'm in that transition of like,
Don't worry.
Well, it's only 2 weeks. Or a week.
Yeah.
Still, I mean,
Yeah.
we've had a payday. I've been getting paid since 2008 straight through, so now I'm getting a little worried.
Yeah.
But because of this, you guys are going to Impact, correct? And I mean, do you feel like you guys are going to really be able to, like you said, do you feel like you're going to be able to be yourselves
Yeah.
in this avenue?
It was nice to go there and them go, hey, what do you guys think? Hey, we got you guys coming out, cutting a promo. What do you want to say? How much time do you want? We're going, this is fucking perfect for us. And then with them also, you know, they carved out in our contracts where we can go back to New Japan Pro Wrestling, which we were always going to do anyway, always wanted to do. So them adding that in there, giving us the creative freedom. And hell, they're promoting our pay-per-view, which, you know, WWE would never have done that. Even AEW, I don't think would have either. But Scott knew it was Scott Moore at Impact knew how important it was. We both known him a long time. That we needed to promote our other shit. We wanted to do that. It was like a passion of ours to create this stuff. And man, they're running commercials for us on their TV show. It's already been better than we expected. So I mean, that's not an ass kiss to the new boss. He's been a buddy of ours for a long time. But it was just really cool to like be able to trust somebody in that position coming out of what we were just in, where, you know, we definitely lost our trust. So
yeah, we're waving the Impact flag really high. Like I think I put an Instagram out today. I put so much bullshit out. I can't remember what I write, but I wrote something about. I just said, like, if anybody's contracts are coming up in WWE and AEW, reach out to us, because we want everyone. We want to start fucking stealing people.
yeah, let's.
I love it.
We want to start turning this thing upside down. Like
There you go.
Like, fuck it. Like if Randy Orton's contract comes up, you might not be able to afford him, but Randy, come on, baby, we're talking to you. I mean, little shit like that. Like we have friends everywhere, and if you guys are, if anybody's unhappy, talk to the boys.
All the good brothers. Yeah, we'll get you.
We'll see what we can do
per night, whatever we got to do.
I love it, man. You go for blood, and it's kind of the same thing that and this is, I wanted to segue in, man, and you guys just did it perfectly. How similar, like, our thought process is in what we do, how we do it, how you guys have done it, how we've done it, and basically the years and years and years of paying your dues and getting to the point to where you go, you know what, fuck it, we're starting our own fucking club. Come on, y'all, come on. You know,
yeah, and that's what it is, and it's so many similarities. And we've talked about this when we weren't recording and shit before, but like starting out, it's the same for us as it is for you guys in car lots and in the, you know, the most dangerous bar in the most backwoods town, or in a place you didn't ever think you'd walk into, and getting $20 if you're lucky, and then driving 800 miles. Like, but I think that if you do that and you really pay your dues, you always appreciate what you get. And I think that there's a difference in people who kind of get it more instantaneously than guys like us, than brothers who've been road warriors for a long time. So, you know, there's a lot of similarities, man. And you're right. Like once you have that success, it's a lot easier to raise that fucking middle finger up and go, you know what, we're going to do it our own way. And we're experiencing that right now. It's been a blast already.
Yeah.
And we're thankful for everything WWE did for us. It was, hey, and there was time, and we, you know, we talk a lot of shit, but we made a lot of good friends there and stuff. But, you know, we weren't always happy there either. It was, we at times talked about wanting to leave, and we were going to leave last year anyway. So, you know, it worked out for a reason. Like, I'm happier, you know, my bank account might not be as stacked as I expected it to be, but my happiness is that might sound really weird, because all I gave a shit about was money, and I still do. But I'm noticing that part of my mental capacity is working a lot better, not having to deal with that bullshit there.
Yeah.
Continued.
Well, I think it's cool y'all been a team for so long and still stuck with each other and together. You know, that's really cool.
Well, tell us. Okay, all right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me how you guys actually became partners. Was it Bullet Club?
Yeah. He was transitioning from TNA the first time.
I was transitioning to a woman.
Transition. Yeah.
You would be the biggest, scariest, nasty looking woman ever. That would be awful.
I know, it's what idea. Fuck.
All right, Bullet Club.
Yeah, he was sweet. He was coming from a TNA, and they saw a tape of him. Scott D'Amore once again pitched, you know, LG to New Japan, And then, New Japan asked me what I thought. And I said, I think he looks great. He looks good. He can work. He's wrestling great. He's big. And they said, oh, he looks like you. Maybe make you guys a tag team. And I was like, well, hold on. I don't need a tag team partner.
He was in line for a big singles push, and then he got straddled with me. That's the funniest part of the story.
Yeah. Fuck, I was doing fine without his ass.
But then once we got buddies and we were running hot and doing well, he goes, man, I didn't want you as my partner. I thought I was going to get a big fucking singles run.
Oh, yeah. I was in the middle of taking it over by myself. But they stuck us together. We clicked right away, and, best buddies since, straight through, literally since December of 2013. So we've been together 7 years, we literally straight through.
Yeah.
First tag working hall in Tokyo. We had a good match. We got done, and he goes, you like Mexican food? I go, yeah. He goes, do you like beer? I go, yeah. He goes, do you want to come to my sponsor dinner with me? And I went, yeah. And then 2 hours later, we're sitting there drunk, and it was like that Step Brothers moment. Did we just become best friends? And it's been
Yep.
Drank about 100 beers in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and we stuck together, and there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Josh and I have been together for 13 years now. And I remember having a drunk conversation on my back porch back when Josh didn't even have a fucking car. He was
I did not at that time.
I had to pick him up for gigs and shit. And
Cool.
and I remember sitting on the back porch, whenever I knew he was kind of all in, that was kind of our stepbrothers moment. I was like, hey man, if I ever make any money doing this, I'm going to pay you a lot of fucking money. He was like, okay, cool, man.
That's awesome.
And here,
can I tell you something? We've never talked about money since.
We never have.
Never had to.
Never had to.
Because it started flying in.
and it fucking stopped about 5 months ago.
Yeah. So ours stopped about last week.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man. Couldn't they put like a one last little goodbye note on the last check they sent? Like, hey, thanks for the or something. Fuck.
I remember when I worked in WWE when I was a kid. I first went there when I was 21. I didn't know what was going on, but I remember they brought Stone Cold back for something. I remember being like, maybe they'll fuck up this week and they'll send me Stone Cold's check and I'll never have to go back.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll forget to take us off the payroll and keep,
No, they never forget. They always take you off the payroll.
We got our fired contract sent within 3 days of having, or maybe it was overnighted from FedEx. It was like you've been terminated, whatever. I was like, whoa, man, you guys have this planned or what?
You gotta have that release for your records, brother.
It was all too planned for me. Fuck, he gets hot.
That shit's already they know how they're going to do it to everybody. It's already there.
Yeah.
All they do is change the name at the top.
There it is. The paperwork's all done. It's a name formality. They've got their lawyers, and they have the best of the best lawyers too. You can guarantee that.
Oh yeah, we ain't going to war with them.
Anytime you see any of the boys go to war with, you're gonna fucking lose that one. Why waste?
If they ever hit us up to try and sue us, we'll say, whoa, hold on, time out. Excuse us. We're sorry. You guys win.
Yeah. Well, hey, and there's always somebody bigger and badder because I have some pretty fucking good lawyers. But I'll call them up and I'll be like, hey, lawyers, can I sue this? They're like, don't waste your time. I'll be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, can I sue this? No. Cody, no.
That's why guys need lawyers, man. I got fucked over on a tattoo shop I was a partner in a few years ago. And I called my lawyer and I said, let's run this motherfucker in the ground. Let's do this. Let's do that. And he goes, well, he was stealing from you. He ran away and he's obviously broke. Do you want to waste more money sinking it into trying to get him back? And then it's just gone. And I was like, fuck, that's why I pay you to be the lawyer, because I was absolutely ready to do that.
Amen. Yeah.
It just gets you nowhere.
No, it doesn't, man. It doesn't. Let's talk about y'all's podcast a little bit and how y'all got that going. Because I've been a part of it. It's freaking great. It's funny. It's very much like this. We keep it on the loose, and you guys as well. It's called Talking Shop. Tell the people how we can get to it.
Yeah, you can search that on all podcast platforms. It's TALKNSHOP. Just go to your podcast app on your phone and just search it. It'll pop right up. And we've had some good momentum of where we've gone up the charts here and there. We hit number 1 in sports at one point. We got number 30 overall, right behind Conan O'Brien, and that's where we thought we were about to hit $1 million deal. Of course,
We go.
Fuck, we're going. Here we go. Yeah, calling out Conan O'Brien, like, you better fucking step up your podcast game, bitch. Yeah, we were really talking shit, getting cocky. But like, it's me, Gallows, and our buddy that works in New Japan, Rocky Romero, a little Puerto Rican brother that who's one of the best wrestlers in the world, but he's about 5'5" or 6.
He's a little baby.
Yeah, but he wrestles a lot bigger than he actually looks. He's actually awesome. But we have a really good chemistry together. Whenever we would go eat sushi together in Japan, or we go eat wherever, we sit and laugh and talk. We realized we need to try and record this in 2013. We did it. It was we got a lot of fans from it way back then when podcasting wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Yeah.
And so we brought it back literally a couple weeks before we got released.
Yeah, we shut it down in WWE. They didn't want us to have it, and then they tried to give us a shitty compensation to do it on their network, and we said no. So we started on our own. And what do we do? 2 of them before we got canned?
Yeah, having a podcast is difficult, man. I need people to understand this. Like, it's a lot of work. You got to have charisma. You got to have energy. You got to have time to get in there and sit down and do it. And you got to, like, we got kids running around, and then especially when you're going on the road, you got to take all your stuff and you got to set it up. Then if you're doing it at home, you got to make sure your wife has got the kids. Oh, fuck, man, podcasting sucks.
It's a lot of scheduling.
It sucks. I'm ready to shut it down. Every week I want to shut it down. I'm in a fight every week about it.
He does ask it. Quit.
Yeah, but it's fun. But it actually gives us a chance to get out, and it actually allows us to maybe say things to each other that we wouldn't say just sitting around talking, or say things, or just be able to just talk and maybe vent some shit that you don't get to vent. It's been a lot of fun, and we've gained a lot of fans from it.
Well, the fun thing that I think we found, because we did 12 or 13 before, and none of them have been released, and we're about to start releasing them. We just teased that, and we're talking with sponsors right now and all that kind of stuff. So we had 12 or 13 of them done, and I felt like it was like a really different way for people to get to know us, because like you guys, people see you in the ring, right? Like, Doc, like, you're a scary looking motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I walk onto the stage, I'm the baddest motherfucker in that room. I got my sunglasses on. I got my cowboy hat on.
You own that shit.
Yeah, that's my, I have to, that's what they're expecting. They're expecting me to walk out and be this bad motherfucker.
Right.
Now, this Cody, like, I'm still trying to figure out how to turn my fucking computer on.
Yeah.
Like, Josh had to come over here yesterday and help me set my mic up.
Oh, of course.
Very similar. It took Cody and I 3 days to align when we could do this, because neither one of us can save a schedule on our phone. We both use old school date books, like back when we started. Like, as soon as I went to CVS and bought a little date book, because that's what I used for years when I was doing my
handwrite everything, notes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's better, but man, it's tough. It's tough to have a podcast, though, man. You gotta like schedule guests, and then you gotta think of stuff to talk about all the time, man. It's hard, brother.
Yeah, but you know what? We don't have a format, so we don't do that. Like you said that you liked the one from last week, so I turned it on when I was in the basement gym earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we're good podcast hosts, because every time our fucking guest starts telling a story, we just cut them off and start brother talking and laughing at our
Yeah, it's not about the guest; it's about us.
It's y'all's fucking show.
Yeah, they don't tune in for the guest, do they?
Hey, so
we just announced them for crossover appeal. Fuck
That's it.
Hey guys, yes. Anyway, we're going to talk over you the whole time.
Yeah,
we're gonna lose control of our show.
Yeah, by ourselves, we're going to lose control of our own show because of us.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
y'all threw out the first pitch of the Orioles game.
Brother.
Yes.
I knew y'all had something in common with Cody. Cody did it at the Red Sox, and I said maybe that's something y'all can talk about. Let's see who did it better.
So I don't know how Cody's pitch went. I know my tag team partner, collegiate baseball fucking standout, which was doing me no favors, since I didn't even make it out of fucking Little League, the hot stove I was.
Nice.
So I called my parents who live, they live in Western Maryland in the mountains. So I got to throw this pitch out. It's 2 hours from your house, but I know you guys would want to be there to see this. And they were like, we're taking off work. We know this is going to be horrible. They're already laughing at me.
Your son too, pumped up.
Son, the yard practicing, throwing pitches and shit. And I thought I was going to be okay. And we go out there, and of course, Karl goes first and just delivers a beautiful Major League Baseball style strike. So the pressure.
Reckon though, because I don't throw the baseball often, and
well, you did a good fucking job. And I got on fucking high riding heel cowboy boots, of course. I'm waiting. I get out there and I'm like, all right, motherfucker, don't embarrass yourself. And it probably, if the catcher would have been 20 feet tall, he couldn't have caught it. It went so far over his fucking head. To the point where they were fans, and he was like, I'm sorry, brother, I was trying. I was like, I mean, you're not Stretch Armstrong. There was no chance on that. And then I just
the catcher would have he would have had to have been 20-foot man.
How was yours?
That's awful.
Mine was good. It was okay. We had it was a little high, but it was right down the middle. But our buddy Andrew,
39 miles an hour on 39th birthday.
39 miles an hour on my 39th birthday. I hummed that motherfucker in at 39. But I wasn't worried about speed. I was worried about, because we had a buddy that played on the Red Sox, Andrew Kashner. He's been on the show with us.
Yeah.
And he said, whatever you do, don't skip it, man. Do not put the ball in the dirt. Everybody will boo you and make fun of you at Fenway. And, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I was so nervous. It was like I was about to go play a show at Fenway. I wasn't. I was just throwing out the first fucking pitch. And so when the ball girls comes up and she goes like, hey, do you want to warm up? And I was like, yes. So we threw it a couple times, and went out there and he said I had to throw from the rubber too. He said, don't do that scooting up bullshit.
They did let us scoot up.
I kind of wish I wouldn't have. Maybe I would have been lower, damn it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I threw one out at the Cincinnati Reds game too, and I hadn't thrown the ball in a long, long time, and I just started throwing it with my son a little bit, and then you get down there and there's no warm up or anything, and I'm just kind of stretching my arm, and I'm walking out there, I'm like, fucking, not many people knew who I was. I mean, maybe they knew Karl Anderson, WWE. They probably recognized WWE. Who knows? They don't care. They're just hoping I fuck up, right?
Yeah. They're just looking for a reason to boo you.
Yeah, or they just don't care. But I threw a good one then too. I mean, and I was like luckily. You got to see 50 Cent, man. That rapper.
It's the best,
Cent, brother. He throws it to the dugout. It's worth it. Look it up.
It went sideways. It was like
yeah. He's left-handed and it went sideways.
Yeah.
Right. I need more of that. I had to do a puck drop at this minor league hockey game. One of my last WWE appearances. It was in Macon, and they somehow swindled me into doing this appearance. And I didn't know what a hockey puck drop is.
Hold on, did you wear the cowboy boots again
on the ice?
Now it's finally time to finish the cowboy boots for you.
Well, we decided that I can no longer wear cowboy boots for any of my performances because as much as I think that I'm a country singer, I am not, and I always slip in the motherfucker.
I mean, he slips on his debut in Impact. I mean, there's
cool new song, cool as shit. These guys that just dove out on the floor were coming down the ramp, and I'm like, oh no, that's baby oil. And these are new cowboy.
They're already slick.
They're not rough on the bottom. I didn't scuff them up. And I went, and luckily I caught myself. So I've been calling it the no hand crotch chop. But if I would have hit my ass, fuck, I'd be fired again.
All you see is him just go. It looks like you're just having there's a sexual eviction. Just
little fucking gyration of the hips.
Like a little brother-gasm.
Yeah, dude, you're like fucking 7 feet tall when you're wearing your cowboy boots, man.
They just, I just gotta wear.
He can't wear them anymore. It's time. I mean, he just can't do it. He doesn't wear them properly. He wears them at the wrong times. He slips every fucking time.
But so I've never heard you actually sing though, so I don't know if you are good at it or not. I'm gonna have to. No, you're not. No,
I'm terrible at it. I just love it. So that's what I tell Josh all the time because like I told him, I said, hey man. You're like this amazing songwriter. I know you can come up with something. We talked about this before, Josh Morningstar. I said, I want for the Ferguson thing, and I tried to like sing him what I thought it should be, and he was like, "Huh?" Speak it because the singing is so bad, and then he comes back 15 minutes later with this amazing song. I came up with 3 words, but yeah. So, but
he did sing a great song at the
pay-per-view, which I thought was fucking amazing. So,
hey, I do that to Josh all the time. I'll give Josh 3 words and be like, "All right, motherfucker," and he'll rip one out, and I'll be like, "Cool, I get to put my name on that."
Yep. That's why you're the superstar, brother. That's what we do.
Well, it's you gotta hang out with people that are smarter than your own self. You know,
there's nothing wrong with that shit.
No, and Josh, and we've talked about it before. We talked about it on y'all's podcast, and Josh did a song when you were proposing to your now wife, Doc, that Josh and I wrote, and how brilliant I think he is. He really is the most talented of songwriters I've ever worked with, and he is one of those guys that whenever I go to the studio, I invite him out because we always write 2 or 3 while we're just at the studio together. The band's cutting music or whatever, and Josh and I go and write a fucking song. Go eat some mushrooms and write "Ain't a Train." So
did you say eat some mushrooms?
Yeah. See, our favorite, my favorite song that we did, the last record that we did, the double album, me and Josh wrote. It's called "Ain't a Train," and it's Josh and I wrote that in the middle of the desert on mushrooms.
You guys must come right. I can't climb that mountain anymore. I'm putting those.
I've never climbed the mushroom mountain, and I don't think it with my anxiety. I think it's something I need to steer clear from.
Actually, it's great for anxiety though. Don't go eat a handful of mushrooms, man, because then you'll flip out and it'll be my fault. So
yeah, it's okay. I'm part of the peer pressure of that. I'm good.
Yeah, but I have really, really bad anxiety, and mushrooms have been proven to. It's kind of a mental reset. It's cool. It's kind of like hitting the old Nintendo, reset button. It's kind of.
I'm not saying that you're lying. It probably helps for you, right? People tell me that weed is good for anxiety too. Then I smoked some weed and I ran around in circles for about 3-4 hours, and I said I wanted to jump off of a roof. So it's not good for me.
No, because it does one thing or the other to a lot of different people. A lot of people with severe anxiety, they can smoke weed and like they're good, or you want to fucking jump off a roof.
Yeah, that was me.
It just makes me laugh. Cody gave me an edible one time. We went to this Arcadia, and when we left, I got in the back of the van of the Uber, and I sat next to Cody, and the lady's like, "Where y'all from?" I started laughing. I didn't stop for 30 minutes the whole ride.
Motherfucker.
That sounds fun, but
like I'm talking like feet, his legs up like this, with his arms in the back seat of this cab, and cackling just for 30 fucking minutes.
That's what's fun about rock stars. You guys can talk about eating shrooms and writing songs. That's not really something that we should be that we're even allowed to probably talk about doing.
Oh well, no. I said a while ago, don't do that.
No, I don't want to do it. I'm just thinking that's how cool you guys are.
Yeah, he cleared it. It's fine.
You want to see how cool I am?
Yeah.
Oh.
I shaved a skullet, dude. Check it out. It's bald on top and it's long in the back.
Well, I was wondering. I thought you had hair the last time I saw you.
I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't know if it was a new marketing thing or what was going on with.
Well, I was like, "Fuck, man! I swear Cody had hair last time I talked to him." And like,
he looks like a reverse Doc.
He even lost his hair. In quarantine.
Well, I'll tell you, when it comes to the, we always say on our podcast just to cover it so that we're not exposing anything that. Sometimes I like to embark on some CBD oil. So we'll say that. But I used some CBD oil the other day. I smoked some, and I was using Manscaped, our new sponsor on the podcast. And it's great, but they're to shave your balls with. But I was like, oh, it's the right length. Let me hit my beard and mustache. And as you can see, I now look like an Amishman because I shaved my.
Yeah. I like when you go too short on the mustache.
I need some
get the Hitler going.
You look like something, man.
Yeah, well, give me a few days to grow that shit back in.
Dude, about February of last year, I had, like this thing, and I shaved off my beard and went, I was clean shaven. It's the first time I'd been clean shaven in years, ever, like a long time. My kids had never seen me without a beard. And we're playing in Alabama with Jamie Johnson. We're playing in a 7,000 seater arena, and we're opening, and lights go down. The cue music comes on, and I walk out on stage. The lights come up, and 7,000 people are sitting there going, "Who the fuck's that?"
Yeah.
Who's this guy? So just don't shave, man. Just don't shave it. Don't chance it.
It happens a few times a year where I fuck up my trim job, and here you have the Hitler Gallows look going.
Oh, man. Are you driving now?
He's driving.
Well, I just saw lightning, so now I'm like, I better go down to the field and see if they're coming off of it. Fuck, I didn't know there was practice today. I thought that shit was canceled.
No, it's not. We've been on a whirlwind media tour, and like Gallows is on the phone now
All fucking day.
all day, and I mean, I am too, kind of like I haven't taken as many interviews as him, but I've been doing more interviews, and I really don't like. I like talking to you, but I don't like talking to like.
Well, this is fun.
All fucking day long. Yeah,
Guys, and if you're listening to this, which who knows what the crossover will be, these guys, they mean well, but they're looking for clickbait on the internet for us to say something we shouldn't say, and they're going, so tell us about, whenever you were leaving DNA the first time, and I'm going, for fuck's sakes, I've answered this 14 times today. Can you think
or
of
like they'll say something like the headline will be Karl Anderson buries Triple H. Like, what? Hold on, fuck up a second. And then you read the quote, and it just says, yeah, Karl Anderson said that Triple H said you would be here forever. But like that's just whatever. But he's just doing what he's supposed to do as a talent relations guy. Like,
absolutely.
But then of course we do it and get pissed off at him. I want to call him, beat the shit out of him.
Well, and I same thing. It's the same thing in our business. I said something online about a country song that was sampled, an old Webb Pierce song.
Yeah.
And it was sampled onto a new pop country song, and it was changed up in a manner that made it, they ruined a classic song to put it on a crappy new
because pop country sucks and we all
piece
know
of
that.
shit, So I made fun of the song. I didn't even know who put the sampled piece of shit out. I didn't even know. And then the headline in a publication was Cody Jinks slams so-and-so. I didn't slam anybody. I didn't even mention the motherfucker.
Right.
I slammed the piece of shit song. But now it's not like, oh, this guy gets this guy, whatever.
It's just the same thing.
Yeah.
The Zoom meeting to do this because our new PR guy at Impact called me like 3 times in a row, and I was like, did I say something wrong yet today? Is there a headline that I haven't seen yet?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I think as he's trying to, he's got more things set up for us here.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, if sell some pay-per-views, it's fucking great. I'm glad that it works.
Yeah.
Well, Karl, I wanted to go back. We were talking about baseball and your illustrious baseball career. And you had like a scholarship to play baseball, and then you just dropped out and said, nah, I want to go wrestle. That was 2000, right?
I was 20 years old, and that was it.
I mean, I kind of want to, how did both of you, was it something you watched as a kid and drink, or was this something later on?
No, we were both obsessed as kids. We both went to college on athletic scholarships. We both dropped out and quit those athletic scholarships to pursue pro wrestling, and luckily it worked out. Now here we are because, when I quit my scholarship, the most I made was $20. So I had to call my dad and be like, look, I don't play football anymore and I'm not going to school, but I'm going to do this wrestling thing. And he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So,
that's usually how it happens.
Same type thing. And I moved to Cincinnati and started wrestling then, 20 years ago now. started training there, and then just working independence, and making $20, $25 for 3 or 4 years, working real jobs, regular jobs, and then one thing led to another. Moved to Los Angeles, got signed by New Japan, WWE, and then now here we are. And that's all. That's a really quick summary. But
yeah, I was looking through y'all's kind of bios. I mean, it's a soap opera nearly on where y'all been and how you got there. And I mean, it's like I said, the dues you guys have paid. Cody and I and Keith were talking about this earlier. As far as for entertainment, y'all might have the toughest dues out of anybody in the entertainment industry.
I consider it's a lot like the music industry, though. My dad's a big musician fan, and so he lives in Asheville, North Carolina, and he'll go to like the little bars around there, and he'll see guys playing, and he has friends, he says, that are musicians, and he thinks some of his friends might not understand how much it's going to take. You can't just go to one bar and be noticed by fucking, like, Vince McMahon's not going to go to a bar and see us wrestle, right?
Right.
It's the same thing. I mean, but you never know if you're in Nashville or who knows, whatever it is. But it's a long, long fucking road. So, like, I remember a couple of guys when we started wrestling would say, I don't know if I can move to Louisville because, man, I need to be in Cincinnati, and I'm hoping that I'll just get noticed in Cincinnati. And I just go, well, you're not going to get noticed in Cincinnati unless you're 6'5", 6'6", and you look like fucking Randy Orton, and people are looking around for you. But if you're a regular looking guy, you're gonna have to get your ass out there and see the world and pay your dues, lose some money, and if you're good enough and you and you're not a dickhead, and you meet the right people and you can perform when you cash in on your opportunities, you're gonna make it.
Yeah, agreed. I tell people. And like Josh was saying, we were talking a little bit before you guys jumped on, and people ask me, and we're all within the same age group, I mean, late 30s, early 40s. People ask me, how do I do it? Or how does my son make it? Or my daughter's pursuing this, music and da-da-da-da. And I tell them, play everywhere. You have to play everywhere. You have to take the $25 gig, put a tip jar out. You've got to earn your stripes. You don't learn how to play in front of 500 people. You learn how to play in front of 5 people.
Yeah, that's 100%.
It's funny we both said about our own sons because, as much as for a lot of reasons we probably don't want them to follow in our footsteps, I think he's got 4 and at least one of them will, and my son's pretty obsessed with it. And we were like, we've gone back and forth, like, well, we just like call up NXT and go, hey, we were like, wrestlers with TV notoriety and our kids are athletic, and sign them up and give them a contract. And then we both kind of went, I don't think so. I think they need to go and work in these dingy little, National Guard armories in front of 25, 30 people and wrestle these guys that are never going to go anywhere, because you learn just as much doing that as you do when you get in there with the heavy hitters who really know how to do it. You got to go out there and find yourself, and you got to learn that struggle and know that it's real. And then, once some success comes your way, you fight to hold on to it, and you want to keep it, and you respect what you've done,
I remember having a conversation with Steve Austin, and he said, I remember getting suplexed at a car dealership in Dallas.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's funny. There's a guy, God rest his soul, he died this morning, named Big Slam. He's a guy in New Jersey, but I moved up there when I was 19 years old for the summer, and I worked for his brother's fence building company. Then on the weekends, we'd load the ring up. I would load it up, and we would tow it to North Carolina, 8 or 9 hours. We'd set it up during the day. He would sell a show to a little car dealership. We'd wrestle there, take the ring. I'd take the ring down, load it back on the trailer. Then we'd take it to wherever the ring rental show was that night, set the ring up, wrestle again, drive all the way back on Sunday, and then he'd hand me $25. And it was just how it was. You just had to do it because there was no other way I knew to get into wrestling other than doing that. And if you wanted to fucking do it, you got to go out there and take your licks.
Oh, absolutely. I remember Josh and I touring in a Dodge Ram crew cab. It was a 4-seater pickup truck, 4-door pickup truck with a little single axle trailer on the back. And, we drove that thing everywhere. And I remember, 2008, 2009, when gas jumped up to like $4 a gallon. I remember,
And
at that point, not only were we not making money, I was losing money.
Yeah.
Like way faster than I could ever hope to make it. But I was floating the band because I knew we had to get in the truck and go. And I knew that I had to, pay there was a 4-piece band at the time. We didn't have, Keith, who came on, there shortly after, but, just 4 guys in the band doing everything, doing all the promotion, doing all the work. And I was coming home, having lost money, and it's hard to, look at your wife and be like, yeah, I just got back from Minnesota. The run was great. I lost $5,000, but the run was great.
But we played good. Yeah. You don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Playing good doesn't keep your water on.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But, fortunately, things, like in you guys' business with y'all, and it's similar pathways and earning those dues. And like you're saying, I don't believe in the nepotism thing either. Do you make some phone calls and be like, hey, my son's a really good drummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, no, you don't.
You're going to learn shit.
Yeah. Fuck. And then, it's just, there's so much you can learn by going. And if you want it, dude, you'll go out and get it,
Yeah.
That's the simple truth.
Just don't take for an answer. That's what we always were told. So that's the same thing I'll tell him one day if he decides to do that. But.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember telling, you guys had scholarships. I didn't have a scholarship. I was going to a community college. And I was working, playing my band and paying for this community college. And, it just wasn't for me. And I remember calling my mom and like, Mom, I'm dropping out of college, and this and that. And I was the first person with the last name Jinks to graduate high school. So me graduating high school was a big deal. And me going to college was a huge deal. And
yeah,
they're like, hey, I'm going to quit school and I'm going to do this music thing. And Mom started crying. Dad got on the phone.
Of course.
Yeah. Dad gets on the phone. He goes, well, hey, I'll tell you this. Yes, sir. If you want to do that, you do that. And, if you quit doing that, then I'll be disappointed. And I said, okay.
That's cool.
He said, if you're going to do it, if you're going to go.
Do it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. Yeah. We had support. We both had supportive parents in the end. I mean, at first your dad was pissed off and
but
my mom was pretty supportive right out the gate.
He did a lot, though. I remember him taking me downtown when I got home from the college I didn't go to anymore, and he paid for me to get business cards made. And I remember I didn't have a cell phone at the time, and they had my parents' home phone number on it. So I'd be trying to get bookings, and it would be like, you've reached the Hankinson residence. And it was like bookings off their little answering machine. But yeah, they were supportive. They wanted me to make what I committed to it. So
yeah. Yeah.
Guys, I mean, I know it's going to be really because we don't know, but kind of what is the future? Do you guys at least feel like in the next year for wrestling and how that's going to be, given or broadcasted to the viewers, or do you guys just have no idea?
I mean, I think that we were lucky to shake things up for Impact at the Slammiversary pay-per-view, but now, just being honest, we're trying to lobby the management. They're like, just let us have 20 contest winners or 50 contest winners who get COVID tested. We don't care that it can't be thousands of people right now or even hundreds of people. Just give us somebody to be in front of. Because, I mean, you guys know it's damn hard to entertain an empty room.
Yeah.
And especially for us, it's not like playing football or baseball or something like that where you're keeping score. If I knock a guy down and I turn around and throw my arms up to the crowd and there's nobody there, it's fucking awkward. So we're just trying to get past that. I don't know if and when, but hopefully soon.
Yeah. The future for wrestling is just so my theory.
Siri's going to take this question. Sorry.
It's like somebody's wife just walked in.
Yeah, not yet. My phone's blowing up. The future for wrestling, we need people to come back. We need fans to come back badly. So if we can just once we get through this, it's going to be amazing. And that's the good thing. It's like with sports, though, you can play sports. You don't have to worry about. You don't need fans fucking here. It's a sport. I think. I just it's like the UFC. Like, of course, you want to hear the fans cheering, but like it's still a fight, and like you're in there and you're trying to fight this guy. With wrestling, it's scripted entertainment, right? So all you're working for is a reaction. So it's really fucking awkward right now.
No,
really awkward.
We've been telling this story before that Boneyard match. Before we got released, we had to do this match on one of the secondary shows called Main Event. And they gave us 2 NXT guys, and they were nice Canadian kids who came in, and they were like, "Hey, we'll do whatever you guys want." Well, I tagged in and I started beating the shit out of them, and I didn't mean to, but it was just because there was no reaction. So I just started hitting them harder and harder and harder, and then when we got in the back after, I go, "These guys, sorry, I fucking didn't mean to wait." Guys, like they're just
wailing these poor kids, just beating the fuck out of them. No, we need fans to come back badly. So we need somebody or something to find something to stop this bullshit and get fans back.
Yeah, it's strange, man. You know, a lot of the singers and songwriters have been doing, you know, doing Facebook Live, and you know, concerts. I did one. I did one a couple months ago. You know, for 2 hours, I sat there and my wife was in the room making sure the angle was fine. And I just sat there and played our set, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd get done with the song and there was nothing. Like, you know, I'm, of course, you know, I'm used to walking out, you know, it's like you said, Karl, scripted entertainment. Everything that we do is a show.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
It's all a show. Nobody's keeping score. Like you said, I know when we walk out, when the theme music comes on, I'm going to walk over to the right side of the stage and I'm going to do this and everybody's going to go, yeah. And then I'm going to walk over to the left side of the stage and I'm going to do this and everybody's going to go, yeah. Then, you know, we're going to kick into that first chord and just off to the races. And, you know, I'm going to walk out and stand on the sub and jam with some people, and we can't fucking do it. Know, you've taken the stage away from entertainers, and I understand why, but you know, that was the best thing I could tell my wife. This is the longest I've ever been home in my life. And I'm like, when you take a stage away from entertainers start getting weirder than we already are.
That's why we're losing our minds. We got to be on the road or something, man.
Yes, we do.
Fuck. At least we get to, I mean, we're leaving once a month now, you know, and going to Nashville, but it's still a little bit worrisome because we're getting on planes, we're getting into hotels. And I wash my hands a million times a day. I don't want to catch something to bring it home to my family. Mm-hmm. So like it's just a very weird time.
Yeah, it is. It is. And well, let's talk about family a little bit. You guys have been doing this professionally for, you know, 20 odd years and, you know, individually, but your kids, you've obviously been home more, you know, is that your kids think it's great, or like me, you know, my kids have, you know, realized dad has like an extra asshole gear that they don't get to see all the time, you know? I mean,
yeah, of course. My kids love me being home though. They see me getting a little quicker trigger, but like they realize that me being home is making them they're happy. I don't know if the wife's is happy.
Yeah,
kids are happy. But the wife,
we've really messed up their routines.
I'm helping around the house more, or I'm not. I mean, I don't know. I know I'm messing up their routine, but the kids, no matter what, are happy that I'm here.
Yeah.
Mine's a little bit weird because my son he's 13 now. He's 13 and a half, so he's like a new teenager. So he's in like an awkward stage. And I thought it was just going to be great, but I've been busy as shit. You know, we self-funded, ran our own pay-per-view and putting these deals together and working on a TV show and a beer and all this shit. So I've been home, but I've been busy. Yeah. But it's almost like I got him up today. And I'm like, hey, you want to do this, this, and this? And he was basically like, kind of like, no, fuck off.
No, I'm good. Well, the quarantine has made my kids lazier. Like they're playing video games more. They're not, the thought of going back to school. They can't think it's real.
Yeah.
They don't even think it's going to actually happen. Like they love being at home.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been strange for all of us. And my wife left Friday, not permanently. I mean, we have a place up in the mountains in Colorado, and just had it remodeled and stuff like that. So she wanted to go up and basically she took my daughter and they went up to get the house ready to go. And me and my son laid back and we're going to drive up, here in a couple days. But my wife needed to probably not be around me for
for sure.
For a few days. I'm pretty much sure that had a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Because us being home's messing up their routines just as much as we love to be home, but we like to have our space.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do too.
If y'all don't mind going back to your careers real quick, is there anybody when you see a match card that you get to work with and you're excited because you know that they're gonna give y'all just as what you give them and you don't have to worry, like they're gonna take care of y'all and vice versa.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun. Like in WWE, I'd say the Usos, the New Day were like that. FTR, a lot of great teams, man. And then individually too, like a ton of guys in Japan. And we got guys we're looking forward to working with at Impact too. Like we've never had a tag match with the Motor City Machine Guns before. I think for a wrestling fan, that's probably like that's like a dream match or whatever, and some different stuff like that. So there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of good brothers in there. We got a chance to get in there with guys like Roman Reigns and John Cena. And
I heard that guy's strength is unbelievable.
Yeah, some big names, man. And they're where they are for a reason. They're good. They're damn good, and they're safe, and they're and they look like $1 million. That's why they're where they're at.
All right, let's. I got to ask this, and we'll let you guys go. I know everybody's busy. You guys have been kind enough to give us an hour out of your day. I know y'all have been super hectic. Being that we're all in kind of the same age bracket, and me having grown up a big wrestling fan, I used to watch it on Saturday nights on Channel 39 with my dad when I was little. The Von Erichs were.
Huge in your part.
Huge. I mean, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. So, you talk about the Sportatorium and Will Rogers Coliseum and all that kind of stuff. Who was it for you guys specifically? Karl?
Ric Flair. And I grew up in North Carolina. So Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, Sting, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, those guys. I didn't see the WWE or WWF until I was probably 12 or 13. And I knew of Hulk Hogan, but I didn't get a chance to watch that much. And then I didn't know anything about the Von Erichs or the Freebirds either until the Freebirds came to WCW and NWA.
Yeah, Freebirds, man, that was classic, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was all different for me. Then as I grew up and started seeing all that, but Nature Boy Ric Flair was my all the way favorite.
Awesome, Doc.
Mine was the opposite because I didn't see WCW till I was older. I saw WWF first, and first thing I saw was Jake the Snake Roberts, and he DDT'd a guy and threw the snake on him, and I was, I have to do that. And then Hulk Hogan was my guy, which we don't get many fanboy moments anymore because we work with everybody. I even did stuff with him my first go around in TNA, but I did get a smile the other day when Impact was putting all the stuff about us on our social media, and Hulk called us the greatest tag team ever. So I told Karl, if it weren't for money, we could go ahead and retire now because the GOAT called us.
Yeah.
I was trying to just find, I have an autographed headshot from Jake the Snake that I got when I was 16 years old.
That's pretty cocool.
It's back there somewhere in my cords to my headphones won't let me get all the way over there. So, but
I was laughing about that, about how technical we all are, and poor Cody getting choked up on his headphones over there.
Yeah, I was like, man, I want to get this cool picture of Jake the Snake. And then, shit, I can't. I'm tethered.
Starts getting just popped. Yeah.
We just had the Rock and Roll Express on our pay-per-view doing a cameo experience. There's got a cameo kind of appearance in our Boner Yard match, but those dudes are in their early 60s and they're still out there going. They're still doing it, and they came and they were on the property all day, and they had a fucking blast just being around us and seeing the guys, and they're still funny and entertaining. So it's cool for us to still see guys like that we grew up on that are out there doing their thing.
Yeah. Sure.
No, I love it. That's a big part of my life when I was a kid. Some of my greatest memories, I mean, I remember going to see, Abdullah the Butcher and,
cool.
just crazy, just stuff that I remember when I was a kid. But hey, man, That's all I've got. Do you, Josh, Keith, y'all have anything? Y'all good?
No, this has been great. I think we should go ahead and let these guys.
Let's let them go.
Their,
all right.
their podcast and
Talking Shop.
Yeah.
Talking Shop. Twitters, Facebooks. What's all that? Give us the skinny on all that.
Go ahead, Gallows. He's the best at this.
Mine's _big LG because I probably dropped after Talking Shop-a-mania, the greatest wrestling parody pay-per-view in history, has dropped. Go to Fight TV, the Fight app. You can watch that thing. It's going to live on there forever. Check that out. Watch Impact Wrestling Tuesday nights, 8 p.m., Access TV. And follow us, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the love and the support. GallowsandAnderson.com has a bunch of our merchandise. CollaranElbowBrand.com has a bunch of Good Brothers, Sex Ferguson, Chad Too Bad stuff coming there. And Breakneck Gear as well. So we appreciate the love and the support. We're going to keep doing our thing.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Thank y'all for doing this, man.
Yeah, our pleasure, man. And thank you for your time. And, man, we'll see you guys hopefully in person sooner than later.
Please.
I hope I'll see
Please.
There's an audience waiting to see either you or us do our thing. And
I
the other
know,
one
man.
drunk backstage.
Yeah,
maybe
I
we're just
know.
gonna have to flip this and just do some country wrestling, duo shows.
Great.
And don't tempt me. I got a big thing going in Atlanta Motor Speedway in November. I'd love it.
See, there we go.
We'll close with this idea, okay? I want you guys to think about this seriously. You two form a country music duo, and the three of us will form a tag team.
I can have like a special guest partner,
and
like
we'll
a mystery
see.
partner.
We'll see who's better at each other's job. So you guys have to write music and play songs and sing, and we have to learn how to wrestle.
All right, y'all will come and open for us, and then we'll do one of your opening matches for you.
hand us a platinum album now.
Yeah,
Oh.
I love it. Oh man! All right, you guys, we've been a couple in with Cody Jinks, Josh Thompson, Bobby Keith Kilgore, Seth Noseworthy on the engineer, and the Good Brothers, Gallows.